It's tempting to think that the path to bigger claims is piling up certifications, AIC, CPCU, every acronym that you can find. Yet those letters don't mean much if you can't handle water, fire, or complex contents claims in the real world. So you burn time and money chasing credentials that aren't going to move the needle for you at this point in your career. However, the adjusters who break into large loss and commercial work focus on technical skill, efficiency, and trust. And this means that the payoff isn't just higher income, it's long-term freedom, right? Paying off debt, buying a home, choosing how and where you live. I'm Matt, and I've guided thousands of adjusters through the shift from basic claims to complex, high-paying work by focusing on the skills that firms and carriers actually value. And in this video, you'll discover why certificates alone won't get you bigger claims, how to prepare for commercial and large loss work, and the one type of training that accelerates your growth faster than anything else, starting now. This video is brought to you in part by Kaplik. Protect yourself as an IA with E&O and general liability coverages right now at cplic.net/adjustertv, and by Hague Education, the #1 resource for damage identification books, trainings, and certifications is Hague Education. And not only that, but they provide building inspection and desk adjuster trainings and certifications. And check them out at hagueeducation.com and use code AdjusterTV at checkout. What's your end goal? Like, what do you, like 5 years from now, what do you envision your life looking like, or what you're doing for work?
I think 5 years from now, I would hope to be getting to a point where I'd be ready to build a daily claim business around DC, Maryland, Virginia. I think within those 5 years is the time when I'm ready to hit the road for, basically year round.
So you're kind of thinking that you want to start off doing CAT and travel and do all that kind of stuff and sock back money and whatever, and then just sort of like have a soft landing at home and just do dailies, right?
Absolutely. I'm going to talk about it as though I'm going to continue running dailies. At that point, getting into commercial large loss is the way to maximize income, right? Yeah, condos, commercial large loss. So there's an upcoming training through, I want to say Renfro, for large loss. I mean, those are the types of things that I need to start gearing my training towards then. I need to start seeking out those training courses specifically.
Yep.
AIC 30, what kind of value does that bring? I mean, I would assume that's more valuable once you start getting into larger losses and stuff like that, correct? They're going to want to see more of those credentials.
Maybe. I think because the adjusting side is a little bit more technical, that the Hague stuff is probably, I don't know that, let's put it this way, I don't know that how much that would move the needle on you being given commercial claims. And I don't know how much it would help you doing commercial claims to get AIC. I think if you wanted to get into management and like go on, be a team manager or a trainer or something like that, and you're kind of wanting to get more on the insurance-y side of stuff, then the AIC makes a lot more sense. But just from a technical standpoint, I think that having really doubling down on technical skills, really exploiting Hague's library of trainings, to go into IICRC and getting their FSRT and WRT certifications are really good ones to get. And those will just help you be better doing the work, which the experience and your work product is really what your resume, that is the resume that they're looking at when they're considering anybody for any kind of work. People can have all the alphabet soup letters or whatever on their resume that they want to, but if they can't do the claims, which is they encounter all the time, people that put stuff on their resume, and they may legitimately have, an AIC or whatever, but they can't do the work, then it doesn't matter. So experience, being proactive and not just kind of like la-di-da along, diversifying your, the companies that you work for and the kind of, when I say being proactive, I mean like letting it be known that you want to be sort of cultivated, and they can help you with this, your manager, that you want to be able to do more large loss, commercial, condo stuff. So you want to have the opportunities to start learning those claims. And they're small commercial claims, right? I mean, rental properties are commercial and it's a house, right? So it's
I've ran 4 or 5 of those
Yeah.
so far. Commercial, like small commercial stuff.
Yep. So, and that's, there's some differences in the policy, certainly, which you have to learn. But, sooner or later, you're going to get the apartment complex. You're going to get the pedestrian shopping center. You're going to get the, whatever, hotel, whatever it is, which has different materials. The Starbucks, it's got a commercial grade flashing and, the signage, right? I had a hail claim in Wisconsin years ago. They're all franchises, but the owner was insured with American Family, and his big golden arches McDonald's sign was destroyed by this hailstorm, and so I had to go track down the company that makes those signs and get a price for it and put it in my estimate. So all that, it's that makes the job interesting. Doing commercial stuff like that for sure. So it pays better. It pays more because they tend to be bigger claims and the materials tend to be more expensive, even for the same size of building. But you got to have your ducks in a row, because a lot of times those clients, those policyholders may own multiples of buildings and have a large book of business with that carrier, and they don't want to just give it off to newbies. I'm not saying that that's this is your situation, just in general. So working your way up to it, and letting them know that you want to work your way up to it, is being proactive. And so that's an important thing to start doing early. Have an end game in mind, because you're not going to want to do this forever, and you can kind of, if you do it right and you keep your expenses low, and if you don't, if you can get rid of your debt or whatever, then you can get into the FU money a lot sooner than, if you just go sit in a cubicle or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's to me, that's the work is kind of like an instrument to achieve something beyond this, into some next chapter, paying off the house and raising family, or building a sailboat and going around the world, whatever it is a guy wants to do. This is a good way to sort of do that, because you can make so much money, even on the daily side, you can make so much money in a short period of time. So what happens when you've got all the right skills, you're positioned perfectly, and the storms just don't come? To find out how to stay deployed when everybody else is waiting by the phone, check out this video right here. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great storm.